Hello. So last time we talked about Krebs cycle. We were able to learn and understand how its mechanism is correlated with products from carbohydrate metabolism, particularly glycolysis. And we learned that Krebs cycle or TCA cycle is irreversible. We know that its product is ATP. Okay. But apart from glycolysis, there are other pathways to which our body is able to synthesize or able to generate acetyl coenzyme A. And that means aside from carbohydrates, we can actually get acetyl coenzyme A from fats or proteins. Okay? So today we'll talk about lipid metabolism. So there will be four processes. Now take note. So the focus disorder here is diabetes ketoacidosis. But since this is more of trivial or practical, so it will be more appreciated in a reading. But then we know that simply it is relevant to diabetes because it is further developed when a patient has diabetes type 1, diba? Diabetes mellitus type 1. But for now, let's focus on lipid metabolism. So, here in lipid metabolism, so there are four. Two is focused on fatty acid metabolism and the other two are ketone body metabolism. Now, lipid metabolism is further divided into two. So, it can either be lipolysis or lipolysis, also called fatty acid oxidation or beta oxidation. And we have the reverse, so lipogenesis. On the other hand, for ketone body metabolism, we have ketogenesis or ketone body oxidation. Okay? So, take note, another way to determine that something or a process is catabolic is because of the presence of oxidation or the pathway involves oxidation. So, fatty acid metabolism is either lipolysis or lipogenesis. So, here we have first is lipolysis or lipolysis, fatty acid oxidation, beta oxidation. Simply, fatty acids are broken down to produce what? So, of course, we all need energy. And likewise, it takes place in the mitochondria of heart, skeletal muscles, or liver cells. It's different from glycolysis, which happens in the cytoplasm. Okay? Now, free fatty acids are the precursors to form acetyl coenzyme A. Now, our main focus or main target is to generate acetyl coenzyme A from free fatty acids. Asam na padung ang glycerol. So, glycerol will undergo glycolysis as dihydroxyacetone phosphate. And this is actually one of the intermediates in glycolysis. Meaning to say, glycerol can still produce acetyl coenzyme A but moagi sa siya glycolysis. Okay? So, either the fatty acid chain or glycerol backbone, so they can both be used to form acetyl coenzyme A, but free fatty acids is much straightforward. Okay? It requires lesser number of steps compared to glycerol that has to undergo carbohydrate metabolism first before it can become acetyl coenzyme A. Okay? Now, if we recall also our discussion on lipids, so fat molecules or fats in general have more energy than carbohydrates. So if we burn the same amount of fats and carbohydrates, there's more energy that we can obtain from the fats compared to the same amount of carbohydrates. So equivalent din niya, one triglyceride isa ka triacylglycerol molecule, you have 3 fatty acid molecule. Because tri man, diba? Tri. Okay? If it was diglyceride, so you have 2. If you have monoglyceride, you have 1. Okay? But so optimum, you have triglyceride since it is the form of fats that is prevalent in the body. Umunay ginadawat sa body, so that is 3 fatty acid molecule. Okay? Now, take note in lipolysis, so there are other restrictions, or not really restrictions, but general rules to which oxidation happens. Okay? So, like Krebs cycle, diba, duha ka acetyl-CoA. So, 1 glucose molecule, duha ka acetyl coenzyme A. Kaduha mag-repeat ang Krebs cycle. For beta oxidation, it will depend on the number of carbons present in the fatty acid chain. Dire na magamit ang counting skills sa cells, sa body. Okay? If it is in odd number, so meaning to say, it will repeat until there are 3 carbons left. Okay? Otherwise, if it is even number, it will repeat until only acetyl coenzyme A remains. Okay? So again, odd number, repetition of oxidation until 3 carbons are left. 3 carbons are left present in the fatty acid chain. If it is an even numbered carbon fatty acid, repeat until only acetyl coenzyme A remains. Okay? Before it will then proceed to Krebs cycle. Okay? So this acetyl coenzyme A will proceed to Krebs cycle. Okay? So here is how the precursor, so how fatty acids are transported. So how does the body know if it needs to break down fat in case that it is the carbohydrate is not sufficient, carb resources? So number 1, major signal is blood glucose decrease. Blood glucose level decreases, so glucagon in your pancreas activates the breakdown of triglyceride into glycerol due to the hormone, or caused by the hormone enzyme rather. So because of glucagon is the hormone, ang enzyme mo facilitate or catalyze is lipase. Okay. Then that promotes fatty acid breakdown. The lesser the level of glucose, the increase of glucagon, increase of lipase, increase of fatty acid breakdown. Then the fatty acid chain will bind with albumin in the blood. And then it reaches the target cells, particularly cytoplasm in the liver. Okay? Then it will be further undergoing synthesis. So, unsay nahitabo here? So, this is synthesis. Coenzyme A binds with the fatty acid to form fatty acyl coenzyme A. Then this will be transported. So, kaning fatty acyl coenzyme A is transported by what we call carnitine shuttle. Okay? So, beta oxidation, before it happens, this is how, or this shows the transport of fatty acid from the fat cells or adipocyte to the bloodstream, to the target cell, cytoplasm, the liver, mitochondria, through this carnitine shuttle. What's the name carnitine? Okay? These are molecules, particularly amino acids, so specifically L-carnitine, that help fatty acids be burned for energy. So meaning to say, it will prevent acetyl coenzyme A buildup because by itself, fatty acid can transform into acetyl coenzyme A. But that is not the form, or perhaps it's not in the right place for it to happen. So that's why carnitine will transport fatty acid coenzyme A from the cytoplasm to the mitochondria. And this is the same L-carnitine that are being marketed or promoted in weight loss supplements. Okay, so L-carnitine is an amino acid that transports fatty acid coenzyme A from the cytoplasm into the mitochondria. Okay, so here is the mechanism. So fatty acid in the form of fatty acid coenzyme A is oxidized to form enoyl coenzyme A. Then it is added with water to form beta hydroxyacyl coenzyme A. Then it is oxidized again. So ang first oxidation step kani. First oxidation, then these are intermediates. Then it will form either remaining fatty acid chain or it will form acetyl coenzyme A. This acetyl coenzyme A will proceed to Krebs cycle. However, since kani, if you count the number of carbons, so if it is odd, it will repeat until tulo na lang ka carbons left. If it is even, still it will repeat until only acetyl coenzyme A is left. Okay, so meaning to say, there are different numbers or the beta oxidation, number of beta oxidation processes or steps will vary on the number of fatty acid or number of carbons present in the fatty acid. Okay, now if it were to repeat, so if odd number siya, then this will be further oxidized, and with the help of vitamins, it will reach a point wherein it will become succinyl coenzyme A or acetyl coenzyme A, which can either proceed to citric acid cycle or can be used to form heme or the heme metabolism. Okay, so meaning to say, this fatty acid nga option or ang beta oxidation is linked towards heme metabolism. Okay, so if you notice, the same ra gyapon, there are waste products, particularly carbon dioxide. Then there's also ATP produced and vitamin B12 that supports the conversion of your fatty acid intermediate into succinyl coenzyme A, which is an intermediate in the citric acid cycle or heme metabolism. So very versatile, or it is not only limited to one pathway. Okay. On the other hand, so that's for lipolysis from fatty acid to acetyl coenzyme A. On the other hand, lipogenesis is fatty acid synthesis. So you start with acetyl coenzyme A to synthesize fatty acid. Why does this happen? Okay, so if you recall, in the Krebs cycle, the rate limiting step, so alpha ketoglutarate, okay, alpha ketoglutarate step is where the decision to slow down or speed up the cycle happens. And it is also dependent on the number of acetyl coenzyme A produced or pyruvate produced from glycolysis. Take note, fatty acids also produce acetyl coenzyme A through beta oxidation. So remember that fats are being stored when they are in excess for future use. That's exactly the same analogy as to why glycogenesis takes place. So lipogenesis, just like glycogenesis, happens when there is excess acetyl coenzyme A. Glycogenesis happens because there is excess glucose. Okay, so that's why if there's excess acetyl coenzyme A, the body stores, so the body transforms acetyl CoA into fatty acids to store it back to the cells, whether it is in the fat cells or adipocytes or in the liver cells, so fatty liver. Okay, so it is said to be efficient of storing energy, and then they are simply stored until the body needs them again in case the level of ATP decreases. Okay, so, So here, this is the interlapping or somewhat the interrelation between lipogenesis and glycolysis. So both these functions or these metabolic pathways depend on the level of ATP present in the body, particularly the level of acetyl coenzyme A. So the same molecule or same molecules are involved. So acetyl coenzyme A is the marag indicator or determiner. Mura siya meter whether the body proceeds with more glycolysis or lipogenesis. Should the body proceed to gluconeogenesis? Should the Krebs cycle be at a faster rate, at a slower rate, all depending on the level of ATP, acetyl coenzyme A, and pyruvate. Okay? So, it does not happen in one. So, compared to glycogenesis and glycolysis, which is pretty straightforward, so lipogenesis is pretty vague or pretty broad. But one thing is for sure, it is dependent on citric acid or citric acid cycle that is happening. Okay, so diba ATP inhibits Krebs cycle. So if ATP is high, so slow down pod ang Krebs cycle, then lipogenesis is one way for the excess acetyl coenzyme A to be stored para dili siya masayang. So mabalik siya, no? Because remember, in lipolysis from fats, so si lipolysis from mono, di, or triglyceride, padung man ana. Meanwhile, si lipogenesis, if sobra gani na diri, so kaning mga excess here will go be transformed into fatty acid or into pyruvate. So si oxaloacetate into pyruvate, acetyl coenzyme A into fatty acid. Okay. Okay, so on the other hand, so that's for fatty acid metabolism. On the other hand, for ketone body metabolism can either be ketogenesis or ketone body oxidation. So there are two, and one of them, so anabolic ketogenesis, cosynthesis, and ketone body oxidation is catabolic. So how do we define ketone bodies? So they are simply molecules that contain ketone carbonyl groups. So example, we have acetoacetate, beta hydroxybutyrate, and acetone itself. So if you recall, kani si beta hydroxybutyrate or butyrate, it's one of the intermediates in fatty acid metabolism, particularly in lipolysis, katong gikan sa fatty acid chain before siya mahimong acetyl coenzyme A or mo repeat ba siya balik into lipolysis. Until such time, so if odd number, only 3 carbon fatty acid present. If even number, only acetyl coenzyme A present. It is, ketone bodies are produced by the liver mitochondria through acetyl coenzyme A during two situations. One, when we refer to physiological states, so the body is coping up with adjustments in nutrient intake. So for one, we have fasting, carbohydrate restrictive diets. So this is meaning to say there's less carbohydrates intake Then intense exercise, if you recall, you have both glycolysis and gluconeogenesis happening. So si glycolysis happens in your muscles, gluconeogenesis in your liver during intense exercise, just so you will not die out of exhaustion. So that is also the same. Your liver also produces ketone bodies para ang acetyl coenzyme A nga mahimo will then proceed to Krebs cycle to produce ATP. Okay, so if you recall, so aside sa glycolysis o gluconeogenesis, so they will produce pyruvate to produce pyruvate rather produce lactate, which can be further transformed into acetyl coenzyme A, that is for during intense exercise. Another situation where the body, or particularly the liver, produces ketone bodies when there are two, pathological, nagsakit, pathological states, type 1 diabetes mellitus, meaning you have no insulin produced, and alcoholism. Okay, so there. Then and there, alcoholism. So, remember that alcohol, from alcohol to form aldehyde to form acetic acid. And take note, we have carbonyl groups in those intermediate in aldehyde, particularly acetaldehyde and acetic acid. So from acetyl coenzyme A, so this is produced into acetyl-CoA. Then the rate limiting step is HMG. The meaning of HMG coenzyme A synthase. So HMG stands for, wait, let me recall. HMG coenzyme A, it is 3-hydroxy 3-methyl-glutaryl coenzyme A. So intermediate form from acetyl coenzyme A to form acetoacetate. Okay, so HMG, again, 3-hydroxy 3-methyl-glutaryl coenzyme A. And synthase, so it is synthesizing without the use of ATP. So meaning to say, if there is increased acetoacetate in the body, or increased acetone in the body, or increased beta-hydroxybutyrate in the body, this will say slow down. There should be slowdown of ketone body synthesis. So again, acetyl coenzyme A is released into the bloodstream. Then target cells will ketone bodies such as acetone released into the bloodstream. It will be picked up or transferred to majority of cells or some target cells. Then if needed, that same ketone bodies will be transformed into acetyl coenzyme A. So from HMG coenzyme A, so you will be able to obtain your first ketone body, which is acetoacetate. Then this acetoacetate, if oxidized, will form beta-hydroxybutyrate. Now, if acetoacetate goes into the blood, it can form or it can convert into acetone, which is why people who are having diabetes ketoacidosis have sweet smelling breath or sweet smelling fruity breath because of ketone present in the bloodstream. Or even people who are highly intoxicated with alcohol, so they have high levels of acetone. On the other hand, so ketone body oxidation, so katong ketone bodies nimo, so you're going to do the reverse. Kailangan kag acetyl coenzyme A, those ketone bodies present in the bloodstream can be converted into acetyl coenzyme A. Okay, so Those katong first ketone body acetoacetate, so reverse ra gyud no, mobali ra siya. Okay, so here, by the way, this is acetate, acetoacetate. Okay, acetoacetate there. Okay, so balihon ra gyud from acetoacetate mahimo ra siyang acetyl coenzyme A. Okay, so here, from acetoacetate, kung mo ni ang keto, so acetone sa blood, acetoacetate, para mahimong acetyl coenzyme A for it to enter the citric acid cycle. However, if it's the second ketone body obtained, so if you have beta hydroxybutyrate, kailangan pa ninyo i-oxidize balik para mahimong acetoacetate before it can be converted into acetyl-CoA to enter citric acid cycle. Okay? So, ganina, from excessive diri, di pwede kasud sa citric acid cycle, so ketogenesis. Si acetyl coenzyme A will be formed into acetoacetate or beta hydroxybutyrate, or from acetoacetate into acetone. This time, lacking siya og acetyl coenzyme A. I need ketone bodies to become acetyl coenzyme A. So, bali. This will be oxidized to form acetoacetate. This will be formed into acetyl coenzyme A by series of steps. And then this one will enter this Krebs cycle. Okay, so, bali-bali lang. Ketogenesis from acetyl coenzyme A forming ketone bodies, ketone body oxidation from the ketone bodies forming acetyl coenzyme A to enter citric acid cycle. Then lipolysis from fatty acid, your oxidation to form fatty acid to form acetyl coenzyme A or glycerol to undergo glycolysis, or lipogenesis, so from acetyl coenzyme A excess, di kasud sa citric acid cycle. So, acetyl coenzyme A will have to be formed into, balik into your free fatty acid to form, so, your triglycerides to store in your cells. Okay? So, lipid metabolism, if you were to summarize, so, asa man na to ang catabolic? Okay, so, involved ang oxidation. So, we have lipolysis, and we have ketone body oxidation. Anabolic, you have lipogenesis. Batian eh. You have lipogenesis, formation of fatty acid chains, or you have ketogenesis. Okay, so meaning to say, lipolysis, or also called beta oxidation and ketone body oxidation, produces ATP. Lipogenesis and ketogenesis requires ATP. Okay, so they require ATP. Kani release ATP. Release energy, kani require energy. So that's for lipid metabolism. See you in the next video.